Naked 2 Basics. That's one of the basics that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna start with this color here. It's called Skimp, and I'm just gonna apply that all over my eye. I always do this no matter what look I'm going for. I always like to start off with a neutral base. So I first apply it onto my eyes like so. Then with a fluffier brush, I get the Skimp and I put that all over my eye. I set that concealer too that's underneath my brows. I don't want to look for Coloupop, so I gotta be doing that too. One color that makes my whole lid one color, and then I go ahead and I get a transition color. It depends on what kind of look. If I'm going for a more taupier look, I would use a different transition color. If I'm going for more, like, it really depends on what kind of look you're going for. That is what depends on what kind of transition color you're going to use, which is part of that basics. With a very fluffy brush, because I don't want so much on my eye, I'm going to go ahead and put this color on my crease. And this is just gonna help whatever eyeshadow you put on. It's gonna make it look like a gradient. You don't want to look like I have one color here and one color here. You want a gradient to be going on. So I'm gonna use that color and I'm just gonna put it on my crease because it complements the other colors that I'm going to use. You got to blend it very well. You know, like, if you don't get crazy on that blending, then you can't expect your outcome to look good if you don't blend, you know? You really gotta blend. This is the normal thing that I do no matter what look I'm going for. I always pick a color to put all over my lid, and then I pick a crease color depending on if I'm using warm tones or more cooler tones or whatever I'm using. If I'm using color, it really depends on what you're gonna do. So I can't tell you have to do this look all the time. Like, I'm telling you what I'm doing for this look. In Cherry Cola from Makeup Geek. I love Makeup Geek. I just ordered some shadows to try out. I've never had any, but I really liked Cherry Cola, and they came out with a bunch of mattes. She came out with a bunch of mattes, so I honestly don't know where to put my hair today. So I'm gonna use Cherry Cola, and I'm gonna use some Anastasia Beverly Hills shadow. I'm gonna use Sangria, and I'm thinking of using pink champagne pop. What is this called? Like, pink champagne. You know, it's like all the champagne stuff going on lately. Champagne pop, champagne this, champagne that. Que no me sé ninguno de los nombres. I think I want to use Cherry Cola first. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to use Cherry Cola first. So I'm gonna get a blending brush, and this is also an M15, but it is a newer version of it. See how it's still a little pointy, very little pointy. I had to finish one eye so you can see, and then I'm gonna do the other eye so that, you know, I wanted to make sure that I kind of knew what the heck I was doing. So I'm gonna start off with the Makeup Geek shadow, and this is what it looks like. So gorge. So then I'm gonna get a little bit of that, and I'm gonna do the same thing I was doing before. I'm just starting here, and then I'm just blending it onto my crease, okay? So that is all I am doing right now. Here, focusing it on the outer part, and then bringing it here on the crease. Then I'm going to get a finer, a more flatter, it's finer. This is from the electric palette. That's the brush that I'm using. It's from the Urban Decay electric palette. This is what it looks like. A nice flat, tiny brush for detailing would do, which is fine. So I'm getting that Makeup Geek shadow, and I am I'm patting it into the inner part of my eye. And I'm doing the same with the outer part. Really concentrating that color in the outer parts of the eye, and leaving this part here in the middle bright. So I still blend it, and the way that I do that is I put some product there and then I move some here and then move some here. So I do the same here, move some here, and then I also concentrate on the crease. Now I'm going to be using, this is called Smoke and Whistles, and it is from Coloupop. And I'm going to use my favorite finger again, my ring finger. I'm just going to dab some of that in the middle. And that's really going to help when we put the eyeshadow for it to be very, very, very bright. Smoke and Whistles down here in the lower portion of my eye. And I'm going to apply, make the cherry cola in the outer portions like this. I'm going to get the color Sangria, and this is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and that's going to give me that pop of color that I want. So I'm just going to apply that above the crease like this, and then I want to blend it out because now you look crazy. So blend that out. Again, circular motions and back and forth. And don't worry about how it looks out here. You can clean that up later. So I do my eyes first and then I do my face. But even if you were to do your face first and then your eyes, it still works out. Trust me, like you'll be fine. So now I'm gonna get the pink champagne color with a flat brush, and I'm just gonna place it there. Just wanna work with the colors until you're happy. Like if you want to add more dark or if you want to add more Sangria, it's all up to you. I'm just showing you what I do. Doing anything special, I'm not doing a wing, just doing a line across the shape of my eye with a small fluffy brush. I'm gonna get some of that pink champagne and I'm gonna apply some here. Because I don't want to ruin the depth of the cherry cola that I have going on, but I don't want it to look so dark in there either. I mean, it works because I have bigger eyes shape or smaller eyes. Putting that is really going to help you make your eyes not look so small, because when you put dark shadow here, it kind of makes your eye look smaller. Okay, so the halo look, a lot of people are scared of doing it because they don't want their eyes to look smaller, but you can make it work for you. So what I'm saying is, if you are scared and you don't want so much darkness here, what I would suggest is getting any highlight color and putting it right here. So I'm not putting it in here, I'm putting it on the side, right here. Inside. In the middle. You see? Right there. Now I'm going to get my lashes. And these are the Vanity Vixens. They're called Sophie. They are freaking gorgeous. Let me see if I can make it look normal. This is what they look like. They look like this.